Welcome. My name is Dr. Joe Dituri, also known as Dr. Deep Sea, and I'm down here on my 54th day of 100 days living underwater. And we have a three-part mission while I'm here. Hey, I'll get to them later, trust me. So I have a three-part mission while I'm here. The first part is biomedical engineering and clinical research. So I'm doing research on the human body, my human body, to figure out what happens when you're under pressure for this long in an isolated, confined, extreme environment. So while I'm down here, we're doing blood samples, urine samples. We're doing all kinds of electrocardiograms, electroencephalograms, lots of other testing to see what happens while we're down here. The second part of what we're doing is this. We're doing outreach to people like you. So here we are talking to people about preserving, protecting, and rejuvenating the marine environment. And that's really important to all of us. And to do that, we casually and occasionally bring in great friends. So these are a couple of great friends of mine, Patti Kirk-Gross and Maureen Sweeney. And we wanted to talk to you guys about the Our World Underwater Scholarship Society and the Women Divers Hall of Fame. So ready, go.
Go. Okay, I get to go. Hi, Maureen Sweeney with the Our World Underwater Scholarship Society. We've been around since 1974.
Wait, what?
What? Totally. Now, the thing is that the Our World Underwater Scholarship Society, our primary mission is to help foster leaders in the underwater world. Woo! Yeah, for real. So it's we're a 100% volunteer organization that we have 3 scholarships, and these are experiential scholarships that last approximately a year. And we take students who want to, between the ages of 21 to 26, who want to do it, go into an underwater related field. And the underwater related field could be underwater photography, marine biology, conservation, engineering, so many things. And you have to, 2 things, you have to be a certified diver, 25 log dives with rescue diver. You have to be a rescue diver as well. And you want to go into a marine related field, but you're not quite sure what's going to happen. Now, who are these three scholarships? One goes to North America, one goes to Europe, and the third one goes to Australasia. We got 3 of them, right? And I know it's very exciting.
So you mean these young ladies that are in the audience can just apply for that?
You apply. Where do you go?
You just have to have 25 dives and that's it?
Well, rescue diver, you want to
rescue diver qualified.
And, you can't have already have like a master's or a PhD. No.
Is there a minimum age?
21
okay.
to 26.
Just making sure.
Yeah, not a problem. I know, hearing we're down at the banana crushing depth of 22 feet right now.
What?
And and that could actually impact hearing. What? Right. So banana crushing depth. So where was I? Oh yes, I was back talking about the Scholarship Society. So 21 to 26, and so the scholars go around the world, and we help them decide, make the decision as to how they want to further their world, their career. And we give them experiences. We introduce them to various different people. They get certified in a whole bunch of different modalities. And then when their year is up, they have to make presentations at our annual meeting, come up with a video, and then hopefully they are on a path that is going to enrich not only the scholar themselves, but also the underwater world community. Yeah. But more importantly, we also have internships. The internships, we've got many internships as well. Internships, we have them from the American Academy of Underwater Sciences, AAUS for short. So we have 2 of those. We've got them from Diver Alert Network. We've got one from the National Park Service, which is ridiculously great. And then one from REEF. Woo! And in a moment, we're going to be talking with Mary Quinn, who was one of our REEF interns from the year 2021, and she's going to share her experience as to how she got her internship and how she benefited and what happened after she got her internship. Oh, so much exciting! But also, the beauty of being a part of a not-for-profit organization is I get to meet up, and other people from our organization get to meet up with other not-for-profit organizations. And one of them is the Women Divers Hall of Fame. Here, let me pull this off the wall and I can show you. Here's their flag. Woo, there we go. Women Diver Hall of Fame. And you know who is good with the Women Diver Hall of Fame? Our little old Pattie Kirk-Gross. So Pattie, all on you. Thank you so much.
I don't know if that's a tough act to follow.
Yeah, welcome to my whole life. I've been going through this for a lot of years.
Well, hi, everybody. My name is Pattie Gross, and I'm the Vice President with the Women Diver Hall of Fame. And mostly what I do is deal with our associates. But I'm going to back up a little bit because we're not invented in 1974. We're a newer nonprofit organization. We actually came to be in the year 2000, and we didn't start giving scholarships until 2002. When they first were starting to gather this organization, it started as an honorary organization. And the ladies way back then said, well, it's not really about us.
Right.
It's about paying it forward. And so in 2002, they started the scholarship program. And just to let you know, we are a nonprofit, and most of the scholarships are funded by our members. We don't, because we're a nonprofit, we don't go out to Google or Facebook or these people and try to get funding. We create our own little fundraisers, and we sponsor different kinds of scholarships. So actually, I think these are kind of interesting statistics, although that's not really what's interesting. In 2002, they had 6 awards in 3 categories. But in 2002, we had 46 awards in 20 categories.
2022?
I'm sorry,
2022.
2020, yeah.
Yeah.
And
that's
so
right.
over
There's lots of growth there.
lots of growth, yes, isn't that exciting?
It really
And
is.
overall, and we are, as I said, mostly self-funded. So totally, we have made 585 awards, and we've given almost $600,000, which we kind of like to say, oh, well, we've given over $500,000. It sounds better that way. But the scholarships that we give are you can start applying in September. You apply online, similar to Our World Underwater.
Age limits?
There is no age limit. They can, if they have to be of diving age.
So anyone, even my cousin who's watching right now online, she can do it?
That's
Oh, okay.
How old is your cousin?
She's really young. She's in 9th grade. She's in 9th grade. It's fine.
That's
Yep.
good enough.
No, exactly.
That's good
Okay,
enough.
okay.
And so as long as it's diving, if she's old enough to dive, we can give a scholarship.
Yep.
What we've done is we have everything from basic scholarships to people that never have learned to dive before and they want to learn, and go all the way through advanced and professional diver scholarships. We also have all the different modalities, from archaeology to scientific to photography, any kind of advanced training. You can go through advanced training that's up through the professional level, and you can even get money for your instructor's certification.
Perfect.
I happen to fund, and I really enjoy doing the basic diving grant, because in that particular scholarship, it's $1,000 scholarship. So we give $500 to go toward the training, and we give $500 for equipment.
Yeah.
Because some of these people, it's not just that you learn how to dive, you have to have some of your basic equipment. That skill doesn't get used.
Right.
A lot of our research grants can be from marine conservation, and we have a space physiology grant that we give. And so we have a whole variety of these different kinds of grants that are available to people. Now, we only give them once a year, kind of like Our World Underwater scholarships. Remember, we're a bunch of volunteers, and so we do this once a year. And starting in September, our application season opens. And so you should start.
You're listening, right?
Yep, in September. So I believe that our website has been posted. If not, we can give that to you. We can put that picture up there. You should check out all the different scholarships that are available and start deciding which one you would like.
Question.
Yes.
Because ours is more in December, that you have to have your check the website, but get your application in by December. So do you find that when do you award them? So the people apply, when are the internships awarded? Are they awarded on a gradual basis, or do people find out all at one time and they're awarded at one time?
All at one time. So the announcement is made in February. And once they do their obtain their scholarship award, you work with our organization to fund all of this stuff automatically. So you're not going to get the money. The money, you will tell us which dive store you're working with, or if you're doing a research grant, how are you going to spend it? Everybody has to say how they're going to use the funding and what it's going to be used for. Everybody makes a budget. You say why you need it, what you're going to do with it in your application. And then the awards are giving out in February. We also, once you become a scholar, you get a 1-year complimentary membership or association as what's called an associate. Associate is someone that supports. Joe became associate today, by the way.
I did, in fact. I'm quite honored.
And so an associate can actually, oh, and Maureen, let's not forget Maureen. She's been an associate for a number of years. Right here.
Oh yeah, here's my pen.
And so associates can come to dive shows and work in our booth. You can go on our dive trips. You get our newsletters. You get your name on our website. So we like to get our associates involved. Yes, ma'am.
As an associate, the reason I'm an associate, the associate membership is how much?
$32.
$32.
They get it for free.
Well, no, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about if anyone out there wants to be an associate, sign up. Why? Because one, your money goes to fund scholarships and internships for the Women Diver Hall of Fame. Two, you are being supportive of future divers in the world. It's amazing how many people that you don't realize are making an impact in the world. They started out with either an internship or scholarship from either Woodhoff or from the World Underwater Scholarship Society. With both organizations, I cannot stress it enough. Look at the website, read what the applications, what is required, sign up. You could sign up for multiple. If you want to sign up for, I want to be a scholar, I want to be National Park Service with the World Underwater Scholarship Society, then you can go on over to Woodhoff and say, I would like to also apply for these 5 or 6 or whatever is going to be for you, what's going to be best for you in your future. Go and check out the websites and apply. There's so many opportunities, but you just have to apply. Please. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Like scholarships for college, you just got to go ahead and do the work. So get out there and do the work. I can tell you this from a personal standpoint. I've been involved with both of these organizations for years and years and years. I've been to the breakfast for the All World Underwater Scholarship where they thank the people who are helping them. So this is kind of a great organization. Both of these are great organizations to be part of, great organizations to be associated with. And I really love the work that you do. So everybody thinks this is a guy-oriented sport diving. But pound your chest. No, that's not true. From a physiologic standpoint, women are made to be better divers. They have a lower V.O2. They have a lower sac rate. They're better at air consumption. They follow direction a lot better. So it's that kind of thing. And it's like all of a sudden you find that, wow, you guys are much better at it. So don't we have somebody special here in the audience that we wanted to introduce?
I add something.
Okay.
Yes, we are the Women Diver Hall of Fame, but you don't have to be a female to apply for our scholarships.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Really?
No, I literally didn't know that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I literally did not know that. Wow,
Now,
that's
there are
actually great.
some of the
Thank
scholarships
you.
that the funders request that they just be made open to women.
Okay.
For
that's
whatever
fine.
the reason.
All right, all right.
But
I
there
see.
are a lot of our scholarships where a male can apply and males are awarded their scholarships.
I love that.
Yeah.
Thank
so
you for being inclusive and not being divisive.
Not at
Thank
all.
you.
Not at all.
Can we, just before we bring on our special guest, we have a special guest who's very exciting, but before we bring on our special guest, can you please talk about the, oh, good Lord,
Core restoration.
Coral Restoration and their internship as well?
So before I get to that, for in the year 2020, that was WITOF's 20th anniversary, we decided that we wanted to have 20 basic dive training grants, but we actually gave 22 in the end. This was, for whatever the reason, maybe it was COVID and more people were actually online and doing whatever they were doing online.
Yeah.
But that was kind of the year that we went really global
Oh, yeah.
with our scholarships.
Yeah.
And that was the year that young ladies and men got basic diving grants from Sri Lanka and India and Thailand and Japan. We all sat around and went, how did our outreach get that far? We never did really figure it out, but we had 22 young men and women globally that applied and got a basic diving scholarship.
So let me just put this in perspective. When you're underwater, there is no effective barrier to communication. Nobody can communicate. So you're all using language is out the window when you're underwater. So it doesn't matter. You follow me. I'll lead, you'll follow, that kind of thing. It's all very rudimentary communication. So it's great. I love it. We're closing the world with diving,
Exactly.
making it smaller. I love it.
And because of the way both of our organizations work, it doesn't matter where in the world they are. They just have to give us the name of their bank or the name of their dive store. And money in today's world is just transferred electronically.
Wow, that's
It
beautiful.
works seamlessly. Yeah, that was kind of our,
Okay,
highlight.
so before we switch over to her real quick, how do they get in touch with you and how do they get in touch with your website?
Yes, and we will post the website. We will post the websites at the end.
Yeah.
But if you just want to Google in the Google search, Our World Underwater Scholarship Society, and on our website you will see several different things. One, you will see who are our current scholars and who are our past scholars, as well as current and past interns. So you're going to see what they did, how they did it, as well as their blogs. It is required that scholars and interns have a blog, and so you can read their blog, and as well as links. There's also a spot if you wish to donate to the Our World Underwater Scholarship Society. We'll take your money. We love it. Please donate.
And we're off before.
don't give all your money to them.
Yeah.
Because you can also go to WDOF, WomenDiverHallOfFame.org. There will be a tab up there that you can find out about the scholarships, how to apply. The lady that runs our scholarship program even has a link that says, you don't really know what you want to do? Click here. And it'll give you a bunch of different suggestions on different scholarships that we have.
Beautiful.
While you're on the website, you can also see what kind of dive trips we've got going on. And as an associate, you get to go on our dive trips as well.
Very nice.
And as an associate, you can go out and you can see your name listed on our website.
Very good. Very good. Okay. So wait. Yeah, absolutely.
yes.
So another tie-in, like all roads lead to Rome, right? So Patti Kirk-Gross also is are you still working at you're not working, you're the head volunteerish.
Yeah, well, I'm the secretary on the board, and I'm the chairman of the dive safety board with the Coral Restoration Foundation.
Geez, if only we knew somebody else that was on the.
Oh, and here's my buddy who is also on the dive safety board
The
and Coral
Coral
Restoration.
Because when she asked me to do something, I just do it because it makes sense and it's the right thing to do. But CRF has a great mission. Go.
So part of the reason that I'm in the Women Diver Hall of Fame is because what I did with Coral Restoration Foundation way back in its early days. But we actually also have a very robust internship program. And the internship program in and of itself is kind of aligned with the academic semesters.
Mhm.
So it makes it a little easier for the kids to be able to come in during a semester and
Summer.
summer. And so they can actually do all the students, all the interns that come in basically are going to be learning about corals and coral reef restoration. But we also have a program that they can apply to stay for an additional semester. But what they'll do in that additional semester is they have to pick a modality. So they might want to work with the science team, or they might want to work in marketing and outreach, or they might want to do education. So we have a lot of different fields that they can continue with CRF, but just in a different modality. It's the same. You can go to coralrestoration.org and you can see how you sign up for an internship, what it takes, how to apply. Let me see if there's anything. Oh, one thing that I have learned. This has become a very highly sought after internship. I mean, who doesn't want to come to the Florida Keys and dive every day,
So
right?
basically, you come down here, you dive all the time, you learn how to plant coral, grow coral, break coral, bring it out, put it on the reef, stick it down, and populate the entire reef with new coral. I mean,
Who
hashtag
doesn't do
winning.
that? Yeah,
right?
Well,
who doesn't want to?
Well, because PS, a lot of the coral had died over the years, and so and we need as
Many hands.
as responsible divers and responsible humans on this
Oh, yeah.
earth, we need to actually keep our reefs healthy, and the best way to do that is, along with picking up your garbage, is to repopulate it. Because if you have coral, then you have fish. If you have fish, and coral, guess what? You have oxygen. Hello, Dr. Deep Sea. What,
Do we get to breathe it?
do we get
50 to 70% of the oxygen produced on this planet is produced in the ocean.
that's
That's
right.
So
That's right. So to become an intern, you do have to be 21 years of age. You either have to be enrolled in a current program or just graduated from one. And I have to say that a lot of our interns, a lot of them go to other organizations within the Keys and get work, or they can go all over the place. So it's a really, really well done program. So check us out.
I've also trained, I've also been down there, and I really think that organization has a lot of good fruit there. So please sponsor as you can. I know it's a lot of nonprofits. If you can think about it and help, it's wonderful. So do we
Thank
have a
you.
special guest?
Yes, we do.
let me
Thank
get
you.
Mary Quinn. Okay, our Mary Quinn, she is the 2021, or 2020, were you 2021? 2021 Reef intern with the COVID year with the Our World Underwater Scholarship
Come on,
Society.
girl.
Woo!
Come on
Have
in,
a seat.
sit down.
Have a seat,
In
Mary
the
Quinn.
house.
I know, see, a real actual intern. She's here.
And more on Everything is Connected. I am now a MarineLab instructor as well. So for those of you who don't know, MarineLab is the above the surface part of Jules Lagoon. We are an education nonprofit, and I owe all of it to Our World Underwater.
So girl, tell us how you ended up, how did you hear about the Our World Underwater Scholarship Society? How did you then decide, hey, you know what? I think I'm going to apply for the Jamie L. King, the Jamie King Reef Scholarship. Reef internship. Duh, you guys, I'm so excited about being on the Zoom. You have no idea. I'm mixing off all my words. I apologize. I just get I love this organization.
No alcohol in the habitat.
And none. But we still are fun. Okay, Mary Quinn, you're on. How did you find out?
So when I was in college, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do in marine science. There's a lot of broad parts of marine science, which we already kind of talked about. But I think I literally Googled marine science internships, and Our World Underwater popped up. And I clicked on it, and I saw the REEF scholarship, and I got really excited because it sounded like something I would want to do. And the application process is actually fairly simple. It's pretty basic if you've applied for scholarships before. You need a statement, you need personal recommendations, things like that.
You know, show you were a diver.
Show you were a diver, show your dives. And I remember getting the internship, and I was actually in South Caicos, and I was so excited to just have this future ahead of me. And I was not expecting what I was actually getting.
And what did you get?
I got to be part of the Our World Underwater family, because a lot of these scholarships, they'll hand you the money and then you kind of never hear from them again. But Our World Underwater really is a family. You get to stay in touch with people, you get to meet people. And I also basically got paid to move to the Keys. There are worse things in the world. And I got to do my REEF internship.
So what did the REEF internship include?
So it was equal parts diving, doing fish surveys, so scientific research, citizen science mostly, and doing education and outreach. And I fell in love with education and outreach, and I applied for MarineLab. And I've been here for about a year and a half, which in MarineLab time is about 7,000 students. So I've just had the absolute best time here. I love it here so much, and I owe it all to Our World Underwater. And if you've never been to MarineLab, visit MarineLab. Check us out. We are very, very cool.
Where is MarineLab located?
MarineLab is in Key Largo, right above Jules Underwater Hotel, which unfortunately, Joe goes, unfortunately, he gets to meet our students. And
Oh, I get to meet all the fifth graders. She calls down like, okay, we got another fifth grade class. I'm like, okay,
And-
we're gonna go potty.
yeah,
Yeah.
we have to go tell, I tell my students, I'm like, go knock on the windows. He loves that. He loves when you do that. He just wants to say hi to you.
Yeah.
But we are in Key Largo. Yes, this is the window right here that all of my fifth graders absolutely love this. And there's another window with a stuffed animal in it. And we also tell them they get a crisp high five if they can tell us what animal is in the window. And it's very fun. The kids have absolutely loved meeting you. They've had the absolute best time. They get so excited. It's so cute.
No, it's great, but that's what this is all about, right? Inspiring the next generation of explorers, the next generation of people that are going to protect and preserve and rejuvenate the marine environment. And it all starts with the education piece, because they get all that education here, they'll bring it back to their landlocked state or wherever they happen to be.
Yeah, so we actually have an overnight program. I don't know if you knew that, but we have dorm rooms. So they come and they stay with us. We take them on boat trips. They get to
You're going to heaven. It's a terrific job for you.
and
Got it.
we have them for like 15 hours a day to just like really educate them and inspire them and have so much fun. But the crazy part is I'm from Connecticut, and I was originally an English major. And I went to school in Massachusetts, and I literally did not know that my life would look like this. And then I applied for the scholarship, and I've been in the Keys for almost 2 years, which is starting to show a little bit. You can tell I've been in the
Wait,
Keys
what
for
does that
almost 2
mean?
years.
I don't know what that means.
What does that mean about me?
Good Lord.
Okay, so back to this regional thing. So the Our World Underwater Scholarship Society began in Chicago. And Chicago is part of the great, this is not all for saltwater. There's freshwater. So, Chicago is part of the Great Lakes region. We like to call that the inner coast, because it's an entire coastline. More shipwrecks are in the Great Lakes than both coasts combined. I know, fun fact, right? So, if you are from a landlocked state or a freshwater state, many of these opportunities from the Our World Underwater Scholarship Society, Women Diver Hall of Fame, Coral Restoration, oh good Lord, Foundation. I was like, Coral Restoration Hardware.
So just as a side note, when they passed me a little computer a second ago, somebody asked if Maureen was NARC. I think she may be. It's okay. How many hands do I have?
Enough.
Enough.
But there's so many opportunities. Please apply. We love, there's so much out there. It's not only for our organization and Pattie's organization and Joe, whatever he does. If it's not about any of that, there's just so much out there. Please, we need you're the future. You're the future. I'm gonna be dead long, we need to make sure that the world is out there for you. Please, okay, continue. Sorry.
I mean, I would also say on the application basis, as someone who's in their early 20s, just kind of trying to figure out what I want to do too. Having connections is really amazing. This is my day off, and I heard that Maureen was going to be diving into the hotel. And I got so excited that I was like, okay, I'll come into my day off. I would love to. And it's really exciting. I've actually never been here before. And my students ask me, literally every single student will ask me like, oh, have you been in the underwater hotel? And I'm like, no, but I know how to get to the window. I can show you. So now actually it's the hotel though, which is very exciting. But having the connections is just amazing, honestly.
It's definitely a people thing, right? We always talk about people, planet, and then profit. It's definitely first people. Everything about the people. It's all about the connections, all about who you know, how you can open a door to something with somebody. You never know how you're going to influence positively or negatively a person. There's a reason why I'm not a marine science PhD. It's because the person who taught marine science at the University of South Carolina was a poohead. And I'm trying to be very nice.
Term.
That's a scientific term.
Very
Don't be technical.
scientific.
But honest to God, that's why I didn't get into that, because that guy just turned me in the wrong direction. So if you can turn a kid in the right direction and point them towards preservation, protection, rejuvenation of our marine environment, we're all winning.
Sure.
Right?
I believe the children are our future, and it's true.
Thank you, Whitney.
I mean, I'm biased. I'm biased towards the education thing, but honestly, you would not believe the impact education can have, especially for us. We get students who have never seen the ocean before. We have grant programs for our local Keys kids that have never been out to the reef, even though it's in their backyard. We get to take them on a boat. We get to show them, and seeing the look on their face when they see the reef, when they see the mangroves is the reason I do my job. And we get letters from them afterwards being like, you changed my life. This changed my life.
Yeah, it's true.
Diving, snorkeling, the ocean can change people's lives. That's why I love what I do.
So what do you want to do, boss? You want to take questions? How do we do this?
I am not narked. I'm just putting it out there. Somebody had put in,
I don't know.
Someone had put in the Zoom.
I am not. I mean, we're at banana crushing pressure, so I don't know what that'll do.
We're at the banana crushing down. So, no, well, I think that's basically it for our program. Anybody got any saved rounds or alibis? Saved rounds, anything else you want to say?
Patty,
You don't have anything else you want to say?
want to join
I
us?
always have.
Patty Kirk-Gross.
PKG, come sit on my lap.
CRF keeps stealing MarineLab people to that.
Oh, that's the other thing too, is that, here we go.
Can we squeeze in with 4?
We can
Yes,
totally
we can.
squeeze in. So
Totally.
one other thing
One of
too
these
is
things
that,
is not like the other. Sorry.
one other
One
thing
of these things just doesn't.
One of these
Oh,
things.
God.
She is NARD.
She is totally narked. So
She's at 21 feet instead of 20.
because I'm tall. And no, but the networking,
Mhm.
Mary Quinn received a REEF scholarship. Hattie's company, or the Coral
Restoration.
Restoration Foundation.
Coral Restoration Foundation, they work with REEF.
Mhm. We work with Coral Restoration Foundation.
That's right.
Our kids do citizen science for you. We take students
right.
out and we check out the restoration sites that you
That's
guys handle.
good.
And so there's an entire network of people who know each
It's true.
other. And just like you want to leave, when you meet a person, you want to ensure that you leave them in better shape you found them. Same thing with our planet. We want to make sure that our planet is in better shape than we find it every single day. So it can be simple. Pick up a piece of garbage or apply for one of these internships and scholarships.
Oh, I should probably say what REEF is. It's the
Oh, what is
REEF
REEF?
Environmental Education Foundation. It is different than Coral Restoration
Totally.
Foundation. As
Okay.
many phone calls as I took asking if we were CRF. We were not CRF.
Yeah.
And I actually, honestly, I owe my MarineLab job that I love. I love my life here. To REEF.
REEF was the first nonprofit to start a database
Mhm.
of fish. And they thought they were crazy when they first started it, but they had the base. And so the statistics from the Keys on the decline of the fish population can actually go back to the roots of REEF.
Yep, they have the largest biodiversity database in the entire world, and it's citizen science. So we have our students do REEF surveys too. They get to do citizen
Yep.
science. They get really excited. They always managed to write down the weirdest fish though. They're like, ah, yes, of course, I saw a whale shark. And I'm like, no, you didn't. But it's citizen science.
Okay, so why don't you explain what citizen science is?
So citizen science is what it sounds like. It's everyday citizens creating data and collecting information for scientists to use on studies. So our students here, we have a pretty diverse citizen science program. We do seagrass surveys, reef surveys. We work with CRF. We work with NOAA. We do phytoplankton surveys. We do marine debris surveys also for NOAA, and we collect data for a lot of different organizations. So that's also part of our mission, is to show our students that you can get involved even without a fancy PhD or a master's. You can do little things. You can pick up trash and weigh it and send it into NOAA, and they will collect it.
And so with Coral Restoration Foundation, we have what we call a guest diver program.
Mhm.
So they can come in, we educate them first in the classroom
Yeah.
about what the coral does, how it's been degraded over the years. Then we show them what CRF does and how we grow the corals. And we take them to the nursery so they can see the trees where they're growing. Then we can actually take them back out onto the reef, and they actually get to plant back onto the reef. And then we usually swim them around and we show them all the plant sites so that, and we tag all of them. We encourage the kids to write down the name of the tags. So if they come back down 6 months, a year, they can go out and they can see where their corals are.
That's what we do too, is we look for your tags, and we always show the kids. We're like, that's a baby coral.
So we all kind of support each other down here in the Keys. We have a lot of different organizations, and we're not competitive, but we are integrated. And we have strong collaborations.
That's one thing I learned about marine science. It's a very small community. So once you are kind of a part of it, you get to make new connections all the time.
You're sucked in.
And with the end in mind, I think that if we take away one thought, it is that if everybody does something, then one person doesn't have to try and do everything. So just do something. So with that, I think we can sign off, and thank you very much. And we wish you a great evening.
And